My Aunt Claudette used to say, hurt eyes is make nose run. I remember being very free to do what I want. I wanted the full experience to love and to be loved. He wasn't like the rest of the guys I met before. There were no games to be played. It didn't take long for him to get to my heart. But seriously, I need you to come and take an HIV test with me. Okay?
Okay.
It was just no longer about us anymore. It was time to deal with the consequences of our actions.
I didn't expect anything better. You wanted this man so much. You thought he was too big for my opinion.
I get reality, you know. I can face the facts, but I'm here to get the facts from you.
You say you're not getting me. I am trying to tell you that your child does not have to live the life that you just described. I want you to know that nothing you say to me is going to leave this room. Right? So tell me your story. Tell me what led you here. It's okay.
How could I be so stupid?
I want you to know that nothing you say to me is going to leave this room. Right? So tell me your story.
My Aunt Claudette used to say, hurt eyes is make nose run. In these words, I understand that if some parts of me hurts in one place, then so would everywhere else. To me, that didn't make too much sense in my situation. In fact, things couldn't have started any more painless. I remember being very free to do what I want. I wanted the full experience to love and to be loved. Perhaps the only things I was uneasy about were the rapists and bandits. So, when I first began talking to Marvin, there was never a reason for me to keep my guard up. Such a charming soul. It didn't take long for him to break all my walls down. You know, I felt whole as I got to know him, and also secure. Eventually, he told me about his past experiences. He told me about the 2 girlfriends he had sex with before me, which I admit worried me a lot at first. But what also kept me worrying, funny enough, was whether there was some kind of residual feelings there that he was toting. But he had convinced me that there was nothing more to worry about there. And it turned out that he was telling the truth. So having sex became a central part of the relationship. Young lovers like us didn't make much of it at the time. There was never any pressure. We did it because we wanted to. And no, there was no third wheel to worry about. It was just him and me. He wasn't like the rest of the guys I met before. There were no games to be played. It didn't take long for him to get to my heart. And by this point of the relationship, no one could tell me that we would go wrong. You see, I had found my soulmate, my partner in crime, and my best friend. Well, I didn't see it coming. I didn't want to face it, but I knew that good things must come to an end. And in the midst of all the butterflies in my stomach and the giddiness, my body started to kick up a fuss. It brought me crashing back home to reality. It was just no longer about us anymore. It was time to deal with the consequences of our actions. The thought of a child scared us. But it was clear that we needed to move forward together. I mean, we were both working and making comfortable salaries. And so very determined to make this difficult situation manageable.
So you told your mother yet?
I told you already. Should make a big deal about it. I'll tell her soon, okay? But right now, I need to put more focus into this child that's about to come into our lives. But I'm hoping that the child will be born with his mother's beauty and his father's appetite, because, you know, father doesn't really bring that much into the looks department.
Oh, yes, I don't know what was. You poking me or you dropping them stale jokes? But hear this though. I know I have to drop both of you all off to the health center tomorrow, but I'm just giving you a heads up, okay? I don't like hospitals. Neither the people in the white clothes and the fascination with sticking me with needles. I avoid them like I avoid the plague. I prefer to stay far unless I really get the plague.
Well, babes, I'm not buying that excuse. You only afraid because the nurses will take one look at your face and say, oh, we're going to keep you overnight. But seriously, I need you to come and take an HIV test with me. Okay?
Okay. Whatever you say.
I was HIV free. And my boyfriend free for 1 year until I met Marvin. And for some reason, I let my guard down. And I stopped thinking about risk. Unlike my previous relationships, I was at a place where I felt comfortable asking him to do anything. Even to go do an HIV test.
Well, that was easy. Just a pinprick to the finger. And I thought you did a good job now.
You did very well.
Well, too bad I was moaning and closing my eyes like a little girl.
I still don't understand why we didn't do this HIV test a longer time ago, though.
True. But we'll be fine, okay? I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
AIDS?
Yeah, but it should have have worse things than AIDS, like...
Like not taking the drugs you're supposed to take and then living a long, slow, painful death?
Look, we have all the help we need, okay? This is Trinidad and Tobago. Even in the worst case scenario, we can take the antiretroviral drug and live well beyond 40.
And the child?
The child too will have everything that it needs to live, okay? The drug will do its magic. And why are we talking about this anyway? I don't recall you won't be feeling sick or anything like that. You agree with daddy too, baby? Do you agree with daddy too? Right?
Well, I think that day was the last time that I did feel comfortable around him. Because after we got our results from the blood test and found out that we were both HIV positive. Can you imagine 23 years old? HIV positive. I'm pregnant with a baby girl. Nothing much mattered to me after that. He didn't matter to me. I blamed him, yes. But how could he have known? He allowed his fear hospitals and clinics prevent him from being vigilant. And I, who normally got tested, I just wished it turned out differently, you know. I should have insisted and he got tested. I got my passions, cloud my judgment. I took the risk of having unprotected sex in this day and age. You see now, I hurt me. I hurt my life and I hurt my baby. So, I just can't talk to him on that level. I ended up talking to him anyway because he wanted to be there for me and the baby. I just couldn't talk to him on that level, you know. I ended up going to my best friend because I just needed her help. Yeah, the amount of things I have to tell you.
Gil, I could only imagine the kind of madness running through your mind right now. Look, I just want you to know that you have to tackle each of these issues on its own, one by one. First of all, it's not all your fault, eh? Remember, he didn't take all the necessary steps either. Next thing, I think it's really important for you right now to make sure that your health is in tip-top shape while the baby's on its way. And I hope you don't come with any outer time and thoughts about wanting to end your life or the baby's. You hear?
No.
Besides, I need company when I hit the big times. Girl, you think I'm going through shopping on my own?
Girl, my only concern is this child. How is it fair that this child probably wouldn't even live to see a graduation, a boyfriend, or a husband, or...
Girl, don't worry, okay? Don't worry. People don't die easily after infection anymore, you know. That baby could live with the virus for decades. Trust me, that baby have a better chance than surviving than somebody flying on an airplane. Or driving on the highway for that matter. And you too. When last you hear a high-profile person die from AIDS or HIV?
Never.
And Magic Johnson still alive? That's because the drugs keeping people alive. Yeah, the same antiretroviral drugs that the government supplies for free. Wait, and after all they did other tests, they referred you to see like a nurse counselor at a treatment center?
Girl, to tell you the truth, we left as soon as we heard our results. We were in shock. I mean, I was already aware of the treatment sites. And I know probably I could get the drugs there for me and the baby. But I don't know.
Girl, I don't know everything, but I think you need to go where there's information available. You never know where you can learn in these spaces. Do what you have to do.
Okay. I'll see. She was extremely helpful, but I was still looking for comfort from those who mattered in my life. And I figured that it would only be a matter of time that I swallow my pride and speak to my mother. Because this pain I was feeling about the whole situation began to hit home in so many ways. Funny that the worst pain was to come from home when I decided to let my mom in on everything that was happening.
You are an embarrassment. A selfish and hardened child. I thought my ass was big enough for you to follow, but no. Your name is woman rights. You know, I didn't expect anything better. You wanted this man so much. You thought you was too big for my opinion. So you choose this man over your mother. You leave your mother alone. You didn't want my opinion, didn't it? Well, you get exactly what you wanted. Number 1, a man. Number 2, a baby. And 3, this disease. But it's good for you. You's a woman, ain't? Well, for once in your life, be a big woman and stop coming to me with your Nancy stories.
I'm an embarrassment, aunt. I believed her when she said it. Because that's all I see myself as. I need your help. And I need you to convince me that I'm not what she said. Because I can't do this. I can't see my child suffer, you know. Worse yet, I can't bury my child. I can't see my child swallowing tablets for the rest of its short life. I should suffer alone for this.
Alicia, I'm sorry to make you go down this road again. But there's a reason for all this. I want you to realize that despite these circumstances, you are not an embarrassment. And you have so much to look forward to. Hear this. You want some good news, right? Then trust me when I tell you, you don't have to worry. Your child can live to see that graduation and that wedding and that husband and even have a child of its own. All you have to do is follow these options.
Look, I'm a spiritual person, but you really don't need to try and mama guy me. I get reality, you know. I can face the facts, but I'm here to get the facts from you. And one of them is that my child is not going to live a normal life. So it's all right. Just don't beat around the bush, just get to the point.
Alicia, you're not getting me. I am trying to tell you that your child does not have to live the life that you just described. This is the reality. Your child can be born HIV-free and without that stigma that you so fear. As a mother, it is no longer automatic that you pass on the virus to your child. Today, new drugs are available to help you protect your child from getting the virus. And with these drugs, fewer and fewer babies are being born with HIV.
So, it's not too late then? My baby could grow into a strong and healthy woman when I nurse her.
Well, you'll have to be cautious when a newborn comes into the world though, because the Ministry of Health advises that you not breastfeed because it may increase the risk of passing on the virus to the child.
You know, it's so weird. Why is advice so very easy to come by these days, especially the kind or the bad kind or the incomplete kind? Even those who mean well only know so much, and the best advice is usually waited for us in places we try our hardest to even find or avoid. I just wish I hadn't avoided it for so long, but thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Lorna Henry. I'm HIV positive. Like Alicia, I was positive and pregnant. Thanks to methods being used today, I and many mothers around the world have given our babies the opportunity to be born HIV-free. Despite those methods though, mother-to-child transmission is still the major cause of HIV among newborns, especially in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, it's not too late to get treatment. Even at the 20th week, you can start the process. So, if you know someone who is at risk, here are some steps to take. 1. Get tested. 2. Obtain results. 3. If negative, take steps to remain negative. Follow the advice of a healthcare worker. 4. If HIV positive and or having sex, pregnant, planning to get pregnant, could get pregnant or become a father, please visit the nearest health center and get advice and counseling. 5. Take prescribed medication. 6. Give baby medicine as prescribed. 7. HIV positive mothers should not breastfeed. They should give feed provided by the Ministry of Health. Remember, visit your nearest health center. Testing is free, easy, and confidential. I'm Lorna Henry, and now you know you can bring hope to even more lives.
For my people in the struggle.
I am Candice Leela Rawlingson, the founder of the Walker Leela Foundation for Women's Empowerment and the producer of the film Positive and Pregnant. We chose the medium of a short film, which meant we could not address all the issues. Despite this, I'll take a moment to factor in these concerns. First, the social stigma and discrimination. One of the biggest issues facing the fight against the epidemic is the negative social stigma and discrimination which HIV positive persons face daily. For instance, the reaction of Alicia's mother represents one of the unsettling ways which some people in our society resort to when dealing with this health crisis. Keep in mind, the biggest threat to a person living with HIV is not AIDS, but rejection. We would like to remind families and the wider public that HIV/AIDS is not a death sentence. One of the essential underlying messages our film transmits is the need to be supportive and generous to our loved ones. From Cheryl's intervention to Marvin's support for his new family, we would like to remind our audience that healing takes a community effort. Secondly, the battle. The issue of mother or parent-to-child transmission of HIV is only an extension and a consequence of a bigger problem facing our society, that is the spread of HIV/AIDS. It is our hope that with this film, we have demonstrated the direct link between poor lifestyle choices and its ripple effect. Finally, this brings us back to our major focus, the prevention of mother or parent-to-child transmission of HIV/AIDS. We would like to remind HIV-positive parents that even though your child may be born free of HIV, as a precautionary measure, your baby needs to be tested for the first 6 months after delivery. It is our hope that this film contributes in achieving the goal of eradicating the spread of HIV/AIDS from mother or parents to children by the year 2015 in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. This is only a small effort toward a global task. We hope it would inspire you to be a part of this mission. Get an HIV test today.
For my people in the struggle, you know, nothing can stop me now. Nothing can stop me now. I will get there somehow. I will get there somehow. Your voice is calling me. Can you feel it? Don't hold me, let me go. Long before forever came into existence. In my mother belly resting, this fetus was predestined to undergo many trials and testing to make sure when I step into this world I be a blessing. So move out of my way, I'm coming true. But if you want to come along, you know what to do. Cause you're right up plenty room inside for people with a positive vibe. Let me go, I'm busting the rope so I can reach for what is mine. No matter what life bring down the road, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Let them talk, talk all they want, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Nobody gonna bring me down below, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Everyone has a place in this world, a purpose for the soul, a vision to behold. But you got to open up your eyes so you can see it. And anything you want to be, believe that you can be it. See, no matter what people say, it's your move. Never let them dictate if you win or lose. Cause you're right up plenty room inside for people with a positive vibe. Let me go, I'm busting you up so I can reach for what is mine.
Scene 13, take 2. Into action, yes? Come down. Let's now be into action.
Yeah, let's go again. One clap, Naira.
So really, what inspired Positive and Pregnant is I had worked on several projects as a production assistant with Kirk Pereira. But the one that stuck out the most to me was A Measure of Hope. A Measure of Hope was based on people who had submitted themselves willingly to be a part of the HIV vaccine trials.
When last you hear a high-profile person die from AIDS or HIV?
Never.
And Magic Johnson still alive? That's because the drugs keeping them alive. Well, I noticed off the bat that Cheryl is very outspoken, opinionated, but at the same time well-informed. And I feel I sort of represent that as well. So I don't think it was too much to really get into character.
Look.
Right, so there's somebody with
Okay.
So Maria,
a general comment for the actors.
Hand that both of you.
And still machismo.
As an actor, you find your own emphasis.
Or they could just send me like quickly, like how I thought the last videos for my scene.
It needs to do.
You only friend because the nurses will take one look at your face and decide to keep you overnight. But seriously,
You're not as bad off as when you find out that you have HIV. Okay, so right now you're just like, okay, I'm a bit worried, but yes, let's see where we can go from here.
I'm Alicia, this is my boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm Marvin. I'm her boyfriend, you know, so.
Yes, man, you are. You use it downstairs now?
Basically, it's my first and last season movie.
This is my house.
I'm not doing this again. I just wanted to be helpful to people and, you know, helpful and I want people to look at it and understand that this thing out there, they're not really invincible, you know, so I'm looking forward to doing that to help.
Again, it shows people who are ignorant and we let them be more vigilant about certain things. And yeah, just again to make people understand more about AIDS and born HIV.
So yeah, so.
Three, take 1.
You choose man over your mother. You leave your mother alone.
Okay.
Wanted this man so much.
Camera rolling. Scene 11, take 1.
Dwayne.